Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to cilinixfxcapital, or welcome to the channel if you're new, and welcome to this new video on Jasmy. Wanted to do a full update on the current situation. It's been quite volatile, and this morning Jasmy actually moved up quite aggressively again. So just wanted to do a full update on the current situation, what's going on, what to expect, and so forth. And in the end, hopefully everything you need to know about Jasmy. So let's get right into it. A quick recap of what I said last video, which was 2 days ago, is that we had this massive resistance level right here, which you can clearly see between, well, around 1.8 cents mainly. But it's a pretty wide area, as you can see. So what I said is that, I don't see enough strength to break above this level. I think we're going to find resistance there. And then what I said is that we would drop down to the previous value area high right here, and the level around 1.5, 1.45, find some support there, and then ultimately drop back down into that range to fall down to the previous value area low right here. And a lot of imbalances, as you can see, and the previous month POC, point of control. A lot of liquidity is there around 1.3 and 1.25 cents. Now, so far so good, all right? We accurately predicted that we would not break above this level. Although, I mean, well, we'll talk about that a little bit later. And we got this bounce from a strong support level right here. Now the question is as well, and I'm going to zoom in for that, can we actually still expect that move down under the previous value area high right here? At 1.45 cents to drop down into those major support levels right here at 1.3 and 1.25 cents. And I think that is still the most likely scenario right now. And I'll tell you why. And that mainly has to do with the loss of momentum. All right, you can see that we hit this top right here. We had some sort of a bearish divergence as well with the RSI, but also with the volume. The volume has been dropping down basically since Saturday afternoon, which is the first time we hit that major resistance level. The open interest has been dropping down since that time. Well, the volume, especially since yesterday evening, has been quite low. So then you might say, well, what is this bullish move we had this morning then? And that's kind of what makes it double for me. And that's also one of the reasons why I'm personally not short yet. I mean, a lot of you might remember that I said, I actually want to short this. But the reason why I'm not short yet is that Jasmy is incredibly hard to short. There's some market makers and there's some whales behind Jasmy that actually will actively push shorters out. And that is also what happened this morning. You can see this bump in CVD. So that's the cumulative volume delta. That's going up. Open interest is going down. That means short positions were forced out. And those were most likely opened right here. In the evening, I still think some of them are open, but ultimately it's almost, I think almost all of them have closed. But so that means like Jasmy is very hard to short. All right, so therefore, and it does look like people keep shorting Jasmy here, because we also saw shorts coming in yesterday morning. So as long as people keep shorting Jasmy, it's going to stay in this area right here. And then at the same point of time, we also see that Bitcoin is getting stronger and stronger, potentially breaking above its value area high at 86,000. And that makes me say that I cannot rule out that Jasmy is still going to spike into resistance. And maybe if the markets get much stronger, break out above that. Now, like I said, given the divergences that we see and given the loss of momentum we see and given the strength of the massive resistance level we have above us, I'd still say it's most likely we're not going to break out and that we will liquidate shorts, but ultimately that we will still do this. So in the end, my analysis hasn't changed, but the market circumstances have changed. All right, so therefore, I won't look to short Jasmy unless we get a big spike into 1.9 or 1.85 cents, or if we actually see Bitcoin dropping down simultaneously with Jasmy. But those are my thoughts. I think this is most likely, and I think this is all you need to know. So if you do have any questions, let me know down in the comments. Take care, and bye.